I'm done radiation. Woohoo! That's 3 down, 1 more to go. So, as in treatment plan wise, so I can tick off my list chemotherapy, smashed ya. I've done my surgery, done. Radiation, done. So that's 30 of 30, so that's 30 days of intense sessions. So 30 days over 6 weeks, as I've explained. So weekends off, so Monday to Friday. How that all went, look, the reason why I didn't really do too many updates is because it's really not it's not too bad until the end of your radiation. So I found towards, maybe the last 6 days, I started to get really burnt. And when I say really burnt, I mean like severe blistering, bubbling, burning pain. So I just, I just wanted to sort of see how that went, and then just blog at the end of it to sort of explain my tips and tricks with that. So because I only got radiation from here to here, a lot of people who have mastectomies or double mastectomies, they have to get the whole lot done. So if you've just had one side done, you pretty much have to get, and you've had your lymph nodes done, you pretty much have all of this area and your armpit done. But because mine was just the lump and I only had 2 lymph nodes out just for testing, I only got that done. At the end of it, at the last 5 days, you get something called a booster done. So this is what happens when you have lumpectomies. It's instead of, like I've explained how the radiation goes, there's like a machine that sort of scans and x-rays you from side to side, and you have your markers from your tattooing, and you have that laser beam. You have one concentrated laser beam. So I pretty much had a burn square here, and then I had another little burn square where the tumor was, and they just boosted that area where the cancer bed was, just to mop up any sort of dead cells that were there. So I found towards it was starting, especially where my bra line was, and sort of around here, I started, I don't know if you can see, but it's actually quite red through there, and it's discoloured skin. It's not too bad now, but it was quite blistery, and it was rather itchy too. So a good little tip is to get, just from your chemist over the counter, is some steroid cream, which I'll grab. So this is called Dermaid. It's 1% cream. I've actually used this before when I was hairdressing and I got really bad dermatitis. So I actually had this on hand, and when the oncologist told me to use that for the itch, I pretty much, it says to use sparingly, but I slathered it on because she told me to, and seriously, the itch went straight away. So if you are getting that itchy, burny sort of sensation, don't be afraid to lather this on. This is steroid cortisone cream. It's not going to hurt you to slather it on. You're only going to use it for a short term, so don't stress. And I'm now fine, so I can chuck that away now. So yeah, that's a little radiation update. It was towards the end. I found it really fatiguing. That was my only side effect. Yeah, just really, really, really exhausted. And I'm still tired now. Because I'm not actually going to radiation. I sort of feel a little bit out of whack because that's what I did every single day for 6 weeks. Yesterday I went and saw my oncologist, my chemo oncologist, just because I had all those ultrasounds and I had my back x-ray done. And what they found out of all of that was I actually had a cyst on my right ovary, which I've still got, which is about 3 centimeters, which apparently is really common. A lot of women have cyst on their ovaries, and they just don't know about it because it doesn't bother them. The only reason why I felt it is because I could feel like a scratchy sort of sensation, and because my cancer has a habit, because it's HER2 positive, has got a habit of being mischievous and floating around and setting up shop somewhere else, even though I'm on the Herceptin. I'm on Herceptin until September. Those little microcells are somewhere in my body, and it's just a matter of finishing Herceptin to make sure 100% it's gone. That's why we sort of freaked out a little bit because of the type of cancer that I've got. Any sort of pain that I was getting, which was severe in my case, they wanted to act quickly with all the ultrasounds and x-rays, which all came back clear except for the cyst on my ovary. which is fine. There's nothing to worry about, thank goodness. Even though it did look a little bit sus, we did a little bit more investigating and it was fine. So I'm happy. Everything's all good. So I just wanted to go through as well. Look, you can see my hair is blitzing. It is thick. It is got this, like my hair, for people who knew me, my hair was actually quite wavy anyway. So it's not like spiral or anything. Like it's kind of straight and it kind of has like a little bit of a kink. So I'm getting a lot of questions privately asking me, how do I style this chemo in between fluff? Like, how am I supposed to do it? My hair sticks up, my hair sits down, it's curly, I can't do anything with it. So I'm going to show you from my hair. Look, I'm a hairdresser as well. For people who don't know, I've been a hairdresser for about 12 years, even though I worked for Honey Birdette in between. You don't never lose your trade. So I'm going to show you how to work and how to do a little bit of styling with your hair. It's really easy. All you need to get, look, I just got some cheap shit from Coles or Woolies. It's a boys product called Lynx. It's a flexible paste because I didn't want anything that's gel. Gel is so 1970s. Chuck that in the bin if you've got gel because it's gross. So what you want is like a styling pomadade. I apply quite a thick amount, so get a good amount. Rub it in between your fingers, so put it in your palm of your hands like this, hands together, instead of just going, because if you do that, that product is going to end up a big blob there and it's going to look terrible. So what you want to do is you want to warm it in between your hands first. So pop it in, give it a good rub till you can feel that heat and it's evenly spread throughout your hands. And what you're going to do is you're going to start from the front and go back, front, sides up, everything up, and then you're going to work down. So I've got nothing, I had nothing in my hair prior to this, so this is all natural and this is how I do my hair. So apply a little bit more product to your liking, but I actually don't like how these bits here stick up, so I'm just going to add a little bit more product in there. So I'm going to work it, fingers separated, working, and really sort of wide because you want that texture if you like that look. So I'm just going to flatten that down, tuck my little fluffs behind my ear, leave a little bit out because I am a girl. Flatten that, and then I like to sort of flatten the back a little bit but still add a bit of texture, so using my fingers again. I'm going to use a little bit more product because I do like it. I do like it to stay as well. And this sort of just gives you texture. So I'm just going to flatten my little cow's lick at the front. Just push all this up. And I'm going to do like a kind of like a part, but not like a definite one. So I'm just going to split that there, push that down. And with my fingers, I'm just sort of pulling it up into a bit of a side mohawk. And then just piece it together. It's all about how you want it to look. And in the end of the day, I sort of just, run my fingers through it. And it's not a hard wax, so it is really pliable, so you can move it around and work it in. And yeah, just sort of do what you like. But if you've got hair that sticks up like that, you can't do anything to work with it. You can't do anything to flatten it. Work with it. Mohawk that shit. And flatten it down and just rep the mohawk. If you want more of a, a sophisticated sort of look that's not so, textured, you can slick it down if you want. And piece it out individually like so. That's not me. I'm not conservative. I rough it up. Cool. So they're my little tips. You can also little things to make yourself feel better as well. Like, I don't have any makeup on. Okay, so probably wear makeup every now and then when I go out, but hardly ever. So if you want to make yourself feel good, do your hair, put a little bit of makeup on, and you'll be feeling heaps better about yourself. I still go through those days where I still go, so weird me not looking like I used to. Like this photo behind this canvas, that's me. Reese got it blown up a long time ago. This is just in his pool. at his house, his mum's place. Me and my long blonde hair. Non-existent, but you got to work with what you got. So yeah. Anyway, so that was a bit of a mixed one. So I just, updating and just how I style my hair in particular. Love you all. Remember, do your checks. Early prevention, can detect early breast cancer, and if you can nip it in the butt, that's great. One of my friends, she just messaged me and told me that she had a little scare, and thankfully that's come back good, or in her favor. So look, don't dismiss anything. If you don't feel like you're getting the right answers, demand it. Okay, I'm telling you now. Don't get dismissed by stupid GPs that don't know what the frig they're talking about, because it's just so common. Okay, if you feel like you need to get something checked, you get it checked and you demand it. Don't be afraid, because these GPs, I tell ya, some of them need to be shot. No, I'm just joking, but some of them really need a wake-up call, because the breast cancer for young people is on the rise, and especially if you've had children as well. Anyway, enough ranting. Love you all. I will update you if something interesting happens, but this will probably be the last one for a while until I've got something interesting to say. If you want to stay connected, you can follow my Instagram by just looking up Alex Mackay. I am on public, so you can follow my updates and my journey, or just stick with my blog and sign up to it. And the best way is probably Instagram, because it's what people do. Mwah! Any questions, please feel free to give me a message as well. I answer everyone's questions. I'm not one of these Instagram snobs where I won't ever write back. I'll always take the time to write to you. Mwah. Bye. Oh, and go Julian on his Margaret River, Julian Wilson. Sorry, I just forgot about this. Go Julian. I hope you really smash it out there in the Margaret River. And a big shout out to my mother-in-law Buzz as well. She came down for my radiation for 4 weeks. You were an amazing lady. You took 4 weeks off just to look after Indy and my sorry old self. You're an amazing lady, and I just hope everyone has support out there that's like mine, because I'm really grateful. Mwah! Love you all.